Hi everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.com. Today's project is this very cute little mini hexagonal gift box. I did do a large hexagonal gift box a few weeks ago now, which was very popular. And I promised in that video that I would make a small little mini version, which is a little bit quicker to make and just perfectly cute really. The lid slides off like that. This one has some washi tape inside that would fit, you know, a nice little candle would fit in there. You could fill it up with lots of sweets. Just a really good size, cute little, very sturdy box. I will put a link below if you would like to see how to make the bigger one, which is a lot more involved. But I will show you how I made the little mini one today. Okay, we're going to start with some stamping, and I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 7 inches by 3 3/4 inches. All of the dimensions are over on my blog, as always, craftycarolinecreates.com, and you can also pop over there and buy all of the Stampin' Up supplies that I am going to show you today. We're going to use the Tin of Tags stamp set, which is in the Autumn Winter catalogue, and I think this is one of the most versatile stamp sets I've seen in a while. It's obviously pitched as being a Christmas stamp set, but a lot of these sentiments you could use all year round, you know, with love, this is for you, surprise, special delivery. They just work for any occasion. I mean, this doesn't necessarily just say Christmas at all, does it? I mean, you could use that for a birthday, any just gift really. A lot of people might have overlooked this as well because it does coordinate with the Tin of Tags set, which is a kit that you can buy, but you can of course just buy the stamp set on its own, and it is, as I said, really useful. So we are going to use today, this one, I obviously used this banner to stamp on. Today we are going to make a Christmas version, and we're going to use the Snowflake. So I have already mounted that up. It's a photopolymer set. And we're going to use smoky slate ink for this, okay? And I'm just going to slide my foam mat underneath my grid paper and pick up the right stamp set, the right stamp, and I'm just going to stamp this randomly over my cardstock, just like this. I think that's probably enough. Maybe one here. One here, because remember you're going to have the lid covering the top bit, and then this is going to be the bottom as well, so you don't need to do too much stamping. Okay, so that is done, and we are ready to do some scoring. So if I can find my scoreboard. Oh, crash, there we go. Right, let us score this along the short side at 1 1/4 inches, and whichever side you do this at, this is going to be your base. So you're going to see 1 1/4 inches is going to be there. Okay, then what we need to do is turn it around so our long side is at the top, and we're going to score it quite a few times. Remember, all the dimensions are on the blog. So 1 1/8 inch, 2 1/4 inch, 3 3/8, 4 1/2, 5 5/8, and 6 3/4. Okay, so we've done a bit of scoring there. For the lid, I'm going to bring in a piece of, this is Island Indigo cardstock, so a bit of a contemporary Christmas colouring, and we are going to score this at 1 1/8 inch. This is with the long bit at the top. 1 1/8 inch, 2 1/4, 3 1/2, 4 5/8, 5 3/4, and at 7 inches. Oops, 7 inches there. Okay, and we're going to turn it round, and we want to score it at 1 1/4 again. Sorry, 1 1/4, like that. Okay. All of those dimensions will be on my blog, as I said. Okay, so let's just start by folding and burnishing all those score lines that we've just made. Just take a second to do that. There we go. And also on our Whisper White piece as well. There we go. Okay, and now we're just ready to start cutting and doing some building up. So first you take the end bit, which I haven't burnished. There we go. So this end little strip, and we're just going to cut off the smaller of the rectangles here. And then we are going to cut up each of these smaller score lines until we reach the one going in the opposite direction. Okay, hopefully you can see that. Okay, and we're going to do pretty much the same on the other box, but on this one, when we do our little tab at the end, we're going to cut off the larger piece. And because this is, as I said, the quick and easy version of this box, we're just going to cut up each of these. And we're not going to notch out a score because I wanted this to be a quicker version than the larger version that I made. Okay, so on the lid we cut up the longer line, and on the base we cut up the shorter line. Okay, then I'm going to grab the fuse, which I did get out and couldn't see, and just put fuse along that little end strip that we made there. Okay, a little bit more at the top. There we go. Okay. And then we can just fold that over, press down, and you can see how it pops up pretty quickly. You can do the same on, we'll actually leave the lid for a moment. I'm going to bring in the washi tape just because it helps to give a little bit of stability as you're building it up. So if you watch the video for the larger hexagonal box, we're just going to do pretty much exactly the same now. So choose one that's going to be your start point, put a bit of tumble on, and then just go around folding over each of your of those flaps on top of each other. Okay, and we just use your fingers to squish that round till it gets the shape that you want. Okay, and then I have a scrap of Whisper White cardstock here. Oh, there's a baby crying. I will be back in 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. So what I was saying was take a piece of scrap Whisper White and 1 3/4 inch hole punch. Punch out a hole and some Tombow on the back of there. And we are just going to use that to then cover up the base of our box. And just going to turn that over. Oh. And sit that up there and give that a second to dry, okay, while we build up our lid. So we're just going to put a little bit of snail on there like that, fold it over again, okay, and you can see that pops up again. Oh, I didn't do it very straight, never mind, you can get it a lot neater I'm sure when you do it yourself. This will then pop over the top of your box like that. And we can then repeat exactly the same as we just did, folding each of those down and a little bit of Tombow. Okay, so start there, keep folding round and pressing down. Okay, there we go. And then to decorate our lid, we are going to use the tin of tags again, and we're going to use the sentiment, which one have I picked? Warm wishes and mistletoe kisses. So just press that down, set the snail on top, that'll keep it in place. Another piece of scrap Whisper White and my Smoky Slate ink pad, Smoky Slate, not Smoky Snake. I'm just going to stamp that down. Beautiful. This time I'm going to use the 1 1/2 inch hole punch, which will hopefully fit this in. Actually, now I'm getting a little bit worried. No, just, maybe not quite, but just. Okay, pops that out. Then I have a scrap of smoky slate cardstock and the slightly larger 1 3/4 of an inch circle punch. A couple of dimensionals on the back of there. Okay. Oh, this will, there we go. This will then stick into the centre of our smoky slate circle. A few more dimensionals on the back of there. Excuse me. And then I'm just going to pop that. Decide which side you like best. It's going to be your front. I think there, that looks perfect. And stick that down on top. And that is, excuse me, my voice has gone all croaky. And that is it. Really simple, very quick, very easy little mini hexagonal boxes using the very versatile tin of tags. If you haven't noticed this set before, do go and check it out. It really is a really useful sentiment set. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye bye.